Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. Now, some of those young people from the Team Backpack Journalists, they need to meet Natasha Weston. And she is the Chief Executive Officer of the Tottie brand. And we're going to find out what that's all about, but we want to tell you welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Tottie brand.
Yes.
What is that?
I am a brand strategist by day, so I help millennials and millennials at heart to build personal brands that people know, love, and trust.
There goes that word again, millennials. Okay.
Yeah, so I help regular people turn their authentic selves into brands that they can monetize, especially in the online space using social media. So that is what I do at the Tottie brand. And outside of that, I'm also an author, and I travel and I speak for different audiences.
So you're like a motivational speaker?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I read in your bio, you told someone you wrote a book about taking $0
Yeah.
and starting a business.
Yes.
I said, I got to talk to this lady.
That's normally the hot topic.
That's the hot
People want to know how. And I actually wrote that book while I was pregnant with my son. And I wrote it because I was working a 9-to-5, but I still ran my business on the side just to have extra income. And people would always come up to me and ask me, well, how do you juggle having all of this stuff going on, and how do you find the money to start a business? Because the number one reason why people don't start businesses is because they don't have the startup money, or they can't get a loan or something like that, or they don't have family or friends to support them financially. And so as I built my business, one of the things that I found out was that there are so many other things that you should be doing before you write your business plan.
Okay.
Figuring out what your purpose is, like what do you even like, not what somebody else likes for you, doing tons of research, reading books. There's a lot of ground foundational work that needs to be done before you actually start a business. All really not costing you anything, especially if you have a smartphone and Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So research is really important, figuring out what your purpose is, really paying attention to the things that you're passionate about, because those are 9 times out of 10 the things that you can monetize and make a living off of. Okay,
so anyone can really start a business.
Yes.
If they really have a passion to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, what is another book that you have authored?
Dare to Live Your Dreams. I published that last year after coming back from Chicago. I had the opportunity to film on the set of Empire.
Really?
Yes. One of my dreams was to actually be on a TV set. I didn't want to be an actress, but I wanted the experience of being in the room with people that do this for a living. And so after doing Being Mary Jane a couple of times, I took a leap of faith and I applied to be an extra for Empire. And literally on January 1st, 2016, I got the email saying, hey, come to Chicago. And so I set up a GoFundMe, and the network that I had worked so hard to build over the years, they pretty much funded my entire trip. And I came back home really motivated to show people that you can take a small opportunity and turn it into something really amazing, because that one opportunity got me tons of speaking engagements and a whole lot of new clients.
Wow.
And so I wrote that book in 3 months, and yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. So,
Yeah.
well, how was that to be on the Empire set?
It was pretty cool. It was a 14-hour day, so it was really long. But the actors, Taraji, Terrence, they were all surprisingly really pleasant. And just to be around other really driven and ambitious people was really a really great experience in itself.
And would you do that again?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
So what else do you want to share with our viewers?
I'm releasing my 3rd book on June 21st called Brand You Like a Boss. And this book is a no-fluff guide on building a personal brand that people know, love, and trust. So I'm going to show people in this book how to turn their authentic selves into a brand that people will really love.
The word brand, explain that word.
This word is thrown around so much, like in marketing and branding can really get mixed up if you're not careful. But brand is, what do people say about you when you're not in the room? Who are you when you're not in the room? What are people saying about you? What qualities are they recognizing? It can go from physical to your personality to, so I always say your personal brand is your personality with a little strategy.
So why do you think it's so important to share all of this?
I think it's important because a lot of times people think that in order to have a personal brand, you have to be an entrepreneur or a business owner. But the truth is, we all have a personal brand. We're just responsible for tapping into it. Now, people call it purpose, people call it a lot of different things, but it's really your brand. And I think a lot of people don't realize that who you are authentically is what the world needs. You don't have to change it. You don't have to alter it. And there's so many different platforms and ways that you can share your true story that people need to really hear. And that's what really changes the world.
And when a person comes to you and when they finish and they complete the training that you're giving them, what can happen?
They will have opportunities such as this one, being able to have a platform and build their own platform, because I'll use social media, for example. A lot of people rely on those platforms to really connect with people. But I always say when people connect with you personally on a personal standpoint, when they love you and trust your opinion and your expertise, you could sell them anything. And so when they leave from working with me, they are able to start their own podcast, do their own TV shows on YouTube, and really travel and share their story in a way that it will really contribute to the world and making it a better place.
And as an entrepreneur, who should you start with?
I have to say this, your first audience 9 times out of 10 is not going to be your family. Your audience is, I always tell people to pay attention to the people that ask you the most questions and the people that take the most value from your authentic expertise. The experiences that you go through in life, who are the people that will benefit from that most? So for example, if you have encountered some type of domestic violence, then your audience will be people that have gone through those experiences as well. So I always say you won't necessarily start with your business. It may start with a friend that has a similar situation, and you can create something like a book or a podcast or an audio tape that will help them to go through something that you've already overcome. So your everyday experiences are what you use to create products, and those products will provide solutions for the people that really need them.
I read something here. You wrote, as entrepreneurs and creatives, it is important to tap into the brand of you.
Yes.
And then you wrote you in capital letters.
Yes.
Why was that?
Because it's important that we don't focus on everybody else's brand, everybody else's personality. Focus on you and what authentic uniqueness you bring to the table, because sometimes we look around and we try to pull from everybody else's, and that's not how you do it. The only way that you're really going to make a positive impact in the world is by really getting to know yourself, because that's when you bring the most value. Okay.
Your book hadn't been released yet.
No.
Brand New Like a Boss. But where can they find your products?
They can find it on brandyouLikeAboss.com or Amazon.com, and it is now available for pre-order.
Okay. And for more information?
TheMotivationMaven.com. You can find out everything about me, get the other books, and find out where I'll be next.
Okay. Natasha Weston. And then you have a phone number here, 864-986-8772.
Yes.
Okay. Natasha Weston. I'm going to be calling you because I want to start a business and I have no money.
Okay.
I have $0.
I got you.
Okay. You're going to help me start a business.
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back after this break.